Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And we got some breaking news. James Dornan is quitting. No, not that James Dornan. Not the one from 50 Shades of Grey and The Fall. It's a different James Dornan. It's the charming gentleman who entered Scottish politics some time ago. The one who likes to describe women as lying bitches and who likes to describe gay people as fags. Oh, what a marvellous man he is. And he says that all Conservatives will burn in hell because they are trying to stop the country from being overrun with mass immigration, uncontrolled immigration, and, things like that. He's an absolute odious piece of shit, really. He goes on Russia Today quite a lot as well. The mouthpiece of Putin. But then he is extremely Putinistic, isn't he? Anyway, we'll have a look at him and see why his decision to go will be welcomed by so many people. And we can all sit there and say, sayonara, shitbag. Here goes. So, controversial MSP James Dornan announces plans to step down at the next Holyrood election. It's a shame that he's waiting that long. It'd be nice if he went sooner. The Glasgow Cathcart MSP has been embroiled in a number of scandals during his time at Holyrood, but he will not be standing again for election, much to the relief of just about everyone. And he is very much what he looks like there. He's a brute in a suit. It's all he is. He's a bit of a thug, isn't he? And he tries to be the hard man, but he's not very bright. Anyway, one of the SNP's most controversial MSPs has announced he is stepping down at the next Holyrood election in his most on-brand way ever. James Dornan took to social media to say he is glad that this is his last term at the Scottish Parliament. And if you believe that, you believe anything, because he said that last time, didn't he? It is the second time he announced his retirement from being an MSP, as he did the same before the 2021 elections, before U-turning and retaining his seat in Glasgow Cathcart. Now, I will tell you why he renounced this and turned it around and stood again. It's because on his retirement last time, when he thought he was going, he heard that they were having an all-female list to replace him. And he said, well, I'm not having that. He turned around and he actually had to go to court to get the all-female list overturned. He said it was divisive and wrong, which I actually strangely agree with him. You shouldn't just simply have all-female. Just have all the best possible candidates, regardless. But that was the only reason he stood again. But, perhaps he shouldn't have done. Anyway, his latest run has been plagued with health problems for him or for the people he's supposed to represent, meaning he's missed a substantial amount of parliamentary time. Oh, I bet they didn't miss him. Anyway, and now he's confirmed that he will not be standing again in a rant on X, previously known as Twitter. Is that how we're going to be discussing it from now on? In the next 20 years, it's going to be X, previously known as Twitter, in the same as the artist previously known as Prince. Who knows? Although you could say that about King Charles, couldn't you? He likes painting. He's the artist previously known as Prince. Anyway, this is where he attacked Scottish Tory leader Douglas Ross. He wrote, it's this pathetic type of politics and politicians such as Ross that's made me glad that this is my last term as an MSP. Politics has always been a dirty game, but now we have a parliament where the official opposition want to close and the other mob want to diminish. I could weep. Well, go ahead and weep, but weep alone, because you're going to be alone, living alone, friendless and unloved. He was responding to Mr. Ross, who had tweeted about the scandal involving the Scottish Government's civil servants splashing out on frivolous items using publicly funded credit cards. We previously told how the taxpayer was billed for the likes of yoga classes, VIP airport services for Nicola Sturgeon, and copies of her useless book. Scottish Tory leader had wrote, as well as buying nail polish and yoga classes, the SNP government spent £375 of your money on a trip to Brewhemia. So it turns out that they can organise a piss-up in a brewery, but only if taxpayers pick up the bill. What a waste of public cash. Mr. Dornan is one of the most... That's quite good, actually. Mr. Dornan is one of the most contentious SNP MSPs as he's been embroiled in a number of scandals over the years. His most high-profile one was with Lothian Buses, where he accused them of being sectarian over the removal of buses in Edinburgh on St Patrick's Day. But actually, it was the youth smashing up the buses. It was nothing to do with whether it was St Patrick's Day or not. And I'll have him know that a lot of Protestants celebrate Paddy's Day. Anyway, in June 2021, he provoked anger during a Holyrood debate when he said he could only assume the bus company believed Irish Catholics were to blame for a rise in antisocial behaviour. And he also said, why else cancel buses only for the night of a ubiquitous Irish Catholic holiday when pubs were not open and there was a stay-at-home order in place? Well, you won't need them then, will you, if there's a stay-at-home order in place, you silly man. He was forced to apologise after Lothian Buses said they suspended the services because of weeks of attacks against drivers. But he is just an obnoxious wee shite. He won't be missed. And any future parliament that does not have him in will be a much more pleasant place, I feel. But the way he treats people, the way he speaks, who's going to miss him? Cathcart, you can do better. When it comes to it, vote in someone who is not SNP. Vote in someone who's not going to destroy your future. And don't vote in a thug like that, for heaven's sake. Anyway, I shall round off and I shall come up. So, Jamie Dornan, off you go. You're not even the good looking one either. Nobody, and I mean nobody, will miss you. Even your own side find you embarrassing. You're a nasty, brutish bit of work. You've never got a good thing to say about anyone. Everyone to you who doesn't follow your very strict, similar sort of outlook on life is a traitor or is filth. Well, I think most people have decided where the filth and the traitor lies. It sits most definitely with you. But now you can go off and be home alone, unloved and unwanted. Maybe you could take up acting like the other Jamie Dornan and in 5 or 6 years pretend to be human. Not that you may not have that long left if you're claiming that you're terribly ill, and that's fair enough. You make a lot of people sick. Anyway, that shall do. I shall finish there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see in here on the channel, do please hit the subscribe button, and it really helps the channel. It helps the channel grow, but it also means that we can get the messages out there. Also hit the like button. That's very nice. Leave a like, leave a share, leave a comment. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and remember, people like Dornan are very typical of the SNP. Most of them are like that, so let's vote most of them out. Bye.